Hello, fellow giants. This is Pauline Knowles from St. John's College class of 1972. And today I'm at the home of Mr. Alan Benjamin, alumnus from St. John's College class of 1955. Good morning, Mr. Alan Benjamin, and
Hello.
how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I would like for you to tell your alumni your story of, when you attended St. John's College.
Yes, that was quite some time ago, mind you.
Yes.
But I must say, in those days, St. John's had some of the best teachers on the island.
Yes.
And a lot of them were graduates of very reputable universities in England and elsewhere.
Yes.
And it was a very interesting experience
Uh-huh.
because, had it not been for St. John's College, I certainly wouldn't be where I am today.
Yes, sir.
And I take my hat off the caliber of teachers we had there at the time, excellent teachers. And of course, they all recommended that we go on to college or university. And a lot of them in my class did eventually go on.
And they were not only teachers, they were advisors.
Advisors, oh yes, oh yes,
Wow.
oh yes.
That was good.
I always remember Father Bishop. He was one of the headmasters at St. John's College when I was there. And he emphasized the importance of us going on
Yes.
to university or college.
Yes.
And I always remember the difference of opinion between him and Granville Bade.
Oh, Dr. Granville Bain.
Yes.
Yes, Dr. Oh, he was in your
Granville.
class as well.
Yes, Granville and John McCartney, we were all in the same class together.
Okay,
And Anthony
okay.
Thompson,
Yes, yes.
all in the same class. And Father Bishop, being a Canadian, always recommended to us that we should seriously consider going to either Canada or England.
Yes.
And then Granville Bain got up and said, well, what about the United States?
Uh-huh.
He says, Granville, they do have a few good universities in the United States, a few good universities
Of
in the United
course.
States. But there are also a lot of social problems in
Yes.
the United States. He was being polite at the time. What he meant to say, there were a lot of racial problems in the United
Yes.
States. And he said, you go to university to study, not to deal with social problems, which was a good advice. And a lot of us went on to either Canada or England
Yes.
because of the advice we got from Father Bishop. Now,
Yes.
you was a Canadian now.
Of course.
Of course.
But he was looking out for you.
Oh, yes, he said, he told us, and he was dead right. He says there are too many social problems in the United States at the time.
Yes,
And
sir.
therefore, he recommended either England or Canada.
So tell me about your time as a student at
Oh.
St. John's College on the hill, Market Street Hill.
On Market Street Hill, yes. Well, we all rode to school, had bicycles and everything else. I lived on Coronation Road, and I always had to ride. And there were times when we had to walk to school. But
All of us did.
It wasn't that far away. And it was a fantastic experience. I enjoyed my years at St. John's College. Had it not been for St. John's College, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yes, yes, sir.
And the teachers were excellent. They always recommended that we go to the top, the best schools. And they knew what they were talking about. They were professionals. Most of them, of course, were priests, and quite a number of students at the time became priests and entered the clergy.
What about who were some of the students like who attended around your time? I know Mr. Tim McCartney. He was in
Yeah, Tim
your
was
class.
Tim wasn't in my class. He was a grade or 2 grades
Yes, sir.
ahead of me.
And Charles
Oh no,
McCartney.
Tim McCartney was a contemporary of my sister's.
Okay, okay.
Yes, he was ahead of me.
What about Mr. Charles McCartney?
Yeah, Charles McCartney was just a year or two ahead of me at St. John's College.
Okay.
And we all ended up in England.
And John McCartney was giving me a little story about John McCartney.
Now, John McCartney was quite a character. Yeah, he always had a different opinion. He always questioned all the statements and everything
Opinionated.
else. Oh, yes. But I enjoyed John McCartney. He was great. And of course, we talked about things like we didn't know what communism and socialism was all about
Yes,
in those
yes.
days. You know what I mean? And we were sort of introduced to these.
Yes, obviously he was
subjects.
before his time, ahead
John,
of
oh
his
yeah,
time.
John was smart. John was just excellent. He was very, very good. And as you said, he was ahead of his time.
Yes.
Make no mistake
yes.
about
I
that.
remember him in the Vanguard Party
That's right.
in the
That's right.
1970s.
That's
yes.
right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay.
But you know, I was surprised that he decided to go to the United States because of all the problems there. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
And you know, but that was his decision to make at the time.
Okay.
You know.
Folks, we will be right back.